Hi friends, it's Isa. We're going to be doing a pick a card today, and today's theme is going to be messages from your inner child. So what your inner child wants you to know right now. We've got 3 piles to choose from today. I know the angle is a little bit wonky. I'm going to show you them closer up to the lens. So pile number 1, I don't remember the names of all of these decks, so they will be in the description box down below, but this is pile number 1. And the corresponding crystal is this T-Rex rose quartz crystal. So cute. Okay, so that's pile number 1. Pile number 2, I do remember the name of this tarot deck, and it is the Flower Child tarot deck. So this is pile number 2. And we have a fluorite cat to go with it. I can't tell. I don't remember what this is from, but it feels like, is it Hello Kitty? I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe it's not. But I feel like it reminds me. Or, oh my god, no, is it Sailor Moon? It might be Sailor Moon. Guys, am I completely tripping? I have no idea. But so this is pile number 2. I have no idea where that cat's from, but it's really familiar. Okay. And we've got pile number 3. I don't remember the name of this deck, so it will be down below. Pile number 3. And the corresponding crystal is this Cobra. And I'm pretty sure this is jade or aventurine. I have no freaking idea either, so it's green though. Okay, so those are the piles for today. The, what is it called? The timestamps are going to be in the description box down below, and I will see you guys in your reading. Bye! Hello, if you guys chose pile number 1 with the T-Rex crystal and the blue, oh, it is the Black Seed Tarot. I can see the box from where I'm sitting right now. That's the tarot deck we're using for your pile. So yeah, if you chose this pile, welcome to your reading. We're going to give these guys a quick shuffle and get messages from your inner child. We also have oracle cards that I'm going to be reading at the end, but we are going to do tarot first. I do want to note before I start, I was picking up on the throat chakra due to the colors that we have here. The throat chakra as well as the higher heart chakra with this pink. So there could be something here about learning how to trust and use your voice and speak from the heart when you're doing so. Really getting down to that authenticity of who you are and of your soul's truth. We're gonna see. Oh, okay, we've got the Emperor. That's the first card that's out. I'll show you guys that closer. We have the Emperor. So starting off strong with a major arcana, and we have a full moon here. I'm actually filming this reading during a full moon. I don't know when I'm gonna post it. It is timeless. I forgot to mention that. These are timeless, so whenever you find them, the messages are going to resonate. And even if it's not a full moon when you find this, it's still going to represent like a release of some sort. Okay. The World. Wow, this is really nice, guys. I'm excited. I'm excited for this reading. Okay, and third card, please, guys. Messages from their inner child. Ace of Cups. Guys, this is so nice. I'm getting emotional. Like, I feel like I want to cry right now. So you guys could be moving through a lot of emotions. The first message that I'm getting from this is that you could have been moving through a father wound of some sort, okay? This can manifest in so many different ways for each of us, but I am picking that up very strongly, especially with the Emperor coming out first. And there's something about here, there's something here about finding your way in the world and trusting yourself and trusting in the inklings that you get, the ideas that you get that you want to make manifest into your reality. And I really feel like you guys have been on this journey for a long time, and that you are finally coming into a place within yourself where you are learning to trust your voice, trust your instincts, and trust your path and where you are going. And I'm getting emotional as I'm talking about this because I feel like with this T-Rex and how it's taking me to the higher heart chakra, this is something that you guys have been really struggling and battling with, and these wounds are not easy to move through, whether it's the father wound or the mother wound, right? They're the people that are supposed to be there for us throughout our whole lives, and if we have any kind of conflict within those relationships, it can really affect the way that we show up, the way that we make decisions. These things all get affected through these kind of dynamics, okay? I hope that makes sense. It made sense in my head, but when I channel sometimes I feel like my English doesn't check out, but hopefully you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. So this T-Rex being here again, I feel like this was a very big thing that you were needing to heal, and you could have been working on this for a very long time. I'm not sure if you guys have been struggling with this ever since you were kids, which I feel like you might have been, especially with this little bunny, okay? I feel like you guys have been moving through this energy for a long time. I don't know if your dad was absent from your life or if he was there physically but he was checked out emotionally and mentally. It could be either or, but I do feel like your journey was really about finding that strength within yourself and building that structure within yourself to be able to propel you forward into whatever dreams you're setting out to achieve. I do feel like this world here is kind of pointing to the end of a cycle of healing that you've been through, and that you are now feeling so much unconditional love from yourself because you have been doing the work. You have been fathering yourself in the way that, or I don't know if that's English, you've been parenting yourself in the way that you wish that your father would have when you were younger and when you were a teenager, young adult, whatever. Because the truth is, I feel like to an extent we never really stop wanting or needing our parents, but we do get to a certain point where we have to become that for ourselves, right? No matter how hard it is and no matter the challenges that journey presents us, we need to keep going and we need to persevere through it. So this world, I feel like I'm seeing the Rider-Waite version where we see that swirl around her, and to me it's very much so like it is a constant cycle of ascending and descending as well, because sometimes it does feel like you're taking 10 steps back and you're like, oh, what the heck am I supposed to do now? It feels like the world is crashing down on me. But when you sit with those emotions, when you become that strength for yourself and when you build that foundation for yourself, moving through those moments and through that grief becomes so much easier, and you become so much more resilient and trusting of yourself that you don't actually need any force outside of you in order to guide you, right? So I think your inner child is so freaking proud of you guys for building the strength, for listening to your intuition, and no matter how hard it got, you kept going and you didn't give up on yourself. You saw the vision, and even if this isn't a vision like due to, how do I want to word that? In terms of your career, there we go. It is the vision of how you want to see yourself in the future and the strength that you want to embody, the person that you want to become in order to achieve wholeness and to achieve whatever you set out to achieve again, right? So I feel that your inner child is so freaking proud of you guys, because what you've been moving through and transmuting has been enormous. These wounds take up so much space in our spirit because, again, these are the people that we look up to since we are little, and the people that we want to be there for us, and we really want to trust and believe that they will guide us through life, but sometimes that's not the case, and we have to become that for ourselves. And I do feel like you guys have really become that for yourselves, and that you are still on this journey, but that you've come to a place within yourself where you are ready to take on the rest, and you have cultivated this sense of unconditional love within yourself and also within spirit, the divine, your ancestors, in order to help propel you forward. I also think with this world, because I just mentioned ancestors, spirit guides, angels, I feel like the community of ancestors and guides that you have around you are looking at you in complete awe right now, and they are so proud of how far you've come and transmuting that darkness, because now I'm being taken to this dark part right underneath the flower, and that's taking me to the subconscious and everything that we have to move through, those tides that we have to move through in order to really become our truest selves and deconstruct all the programming, all the limiting beliefs that we might have from our childhood, in order to come into that unconditional love and live through our inner child. Because we all know, right, the inner child is the part of us that's connected to our gifts, to our creativity, to our abundance. That is the part of us that has always seen that unconditional love, has always felt that unconditional love around them, until the world started, what is the word I'm looking for? Beating you down, so to speak. And it's not necessarily a bad thing when that happens, because I do believe that in those moments when we are in the darkness, when we are completely engulfed by it, we have no choice but to rely on ourselves. And this is actually taking me to a quote by Carl Jung, and it's one of my favorites. I actually don't remember it word per word, but I do have it written down because of how much I love it, and I feel like it's perfect in this reading. So Carl Jung said, "It is, moreover, only in the state of complete abandonment and loneliness that we experience the helpful powers of our own natures." And that's exactly what I feel like happened here. The darkness that you guys went through, the pain that you had to transmute, it led you closer and closer to yourself, to your inner child, to that inner teenager that was really feeling abandoned, right? And those abandonment wounds, you transmuted them, and you are still transmuting them. You are becoming the person that you needed most in those moments, and I think that is one of the most beautiful things you could ever do. So I think that this newfound discipline and structure that you guys have fostered within yourselves is really going to help propel you forward, close out any cycles that are no longer serving you, whether it be outside of you or within yourself, right? Like patterns, programs that you still perpetuate. You can close those out because you've built that strong foundation for yourself. And when you are sure of yourself and when you cultivate that inner peace, unconditional love is always right around the corner, no matter how shit the circumstances might feel. And I am looking at the contrast between this Emperor and this Ace of Cups, and how we have this little bunny in a teacup and then a ram, and they're like polar opposites. And I really think that there is that side of you that is so soft and caring and full of love, and that's why you experience this level of pain through the situation, and it's totally normal. And I think that you really became, again, this strong source of wisdom, of strength, that soft version of you can depend on, no matter the circumstances that you're going through. This could have also been a mix of the father and mother wound, because the 21 does add up to a 3, and that's taking me to the Empress. So I feel like you've really been balancing those masculine and feminine polarities within yourself. And that really allows you to step into your purpose, because when you are tuned in to those energies and when you are equalized in that way, it's a lot easier to know when you need to slow down and receive versus when you need to step up and take action, okay? And that can be very hard to do if you don't have that guidance growing up, if you haven't had a strong leader to kind of show you the way. It's really hard to manifest, to chase your dreams, right? Because you don't believe that you're worth it. But when we cultivate these energies within ourselves, when we become that parent for ourselves, everything becomes possible, and we realize that we are worthy of our wildest dreams, okay? That's an affirmation for you guys. I am worthy of my wildest dreams, and no matter what happens, no matter how huge the circumstance or how heavy the pain can feel sometimes, when you have the strength within you, absolutely anything is possible. I truly believe that. So I do feel like the clouds are starting to dissipate for you guys. You have been letting go of a lot. It could have been really heavy for you guys during eclipse season as well. And usually it's for the better, right? It's for our highest good. It's for us to step into our highest expression. And going through that turmoil there's no way around it, right? It's taking me to the quote, the only way out is through. We really have no choice. And I know sometimes it can seem easier to run away and to flee, but when you actually sit with it, with the emotion, with the situation, with the circumstance, whatever, when you sit with it, you get a lot better at sitting with it over time, right? And you don't want to run anymore. It starts to feel really counterintuitive to run because you know that you're just running from yourself. So I feel like you've been cultivating a lot of love through this process, and no matter how dark it got, you were able to pull yourself out of that. And sometimes it might not feel that way. Again, sometimes it feels like we take 10 steps back, and that's totally normal. It's not anything to beat yourself up about. I think that sometimes right before something really big happens, we are pulled backwards as a test from the universe and from our higher selves to see if we really are willing to push through it and to transcend everything that's been holding us down. So that is the biggest message that I am getting from your inner child, that they are extremely proud of the strength that you have cultivated throughout this process. And I am seeing the colors green, blue, green again, that's really standing out to me, green as well, and blue. So a lot of this is to do with your throat chakra, I believe, and really speaking up for yourself, and not necessarily like in a situation with another person, or if you're feeling like, what's the word I'm looking for? How do I want to word this? Like if you're in a conflict with somebody, this is not exactly what I'm talking about, but it can still apply in that circumstance. But it's more so learning to trust yourself, and when you speak something out into the universe, trusting that it's going to come to you and that you are worthy of that, okay? So we have both colors of the heart chakra here. We have the lower heart chakra and the higher heart chakra. So a big focus on that heart space, on cultivating that unconditional love for yourself. So I just want to say, guys, keep going, because the more that you trust yourselves, the more that you love yourselves, and the more that you have faith in the person that you've become, the better you're going to be able to use your voice, no matter the circumstance, okay? So I am going to get into the oracle cards. I'm going to put these under this T-Rex, or I'll put them over here, just so that they're still in the frame. And I haven't looked at these. I'm excited to see what they are and how they're going to correspond with the cards. So we've got the lion, beautiful, lofty lion, fortitude, courage, and self-control. Mighty and brave king of the jungle, help me reclaim the hidden power within. That's beautiful, and I feel like you guys have really been calling back your power. You could be a Leo, you could be an Aries, okay, because we do have those cards here. I honor virtue. And I am seeing, again, that green color, blue, as well as that purple, I almost said indigo. I don't know if that qualifies as indigo, I don't think it does. But this violet color, again, that's trusting your intuition, trusting your voice, and trusting the power that you have been cultivating within you, okay? We have prayers. Okay, so I just heard, I have a deck that I wrote out, and there's a card in there that says your prayers have been heard, trust your angels, and I just heard the same thing for this, okay? So that's a message for somebody. And we have Happy Poppet, I am enough, with number 16, and this is the Tower energy, right? And this is so beautiful, guys, because the Tower, like, it can feel like everything is crashing down on you, but at the end of the day, we have to remember that the star always comes after, and no matter the destruction, no matter the upheaval, it's always for our greatest good. And I'm noticing this glowing yellow. This is also green, okay? So really big focus on the heart space here. And then this solar plexus energy that I'm getting from this card. And that's that personal power that comes with the Leo energy, right? Sorry guys, my camera overheated. Classic. I literally haven't used this camera in like 7 months, and of course it's gonna overheat after 17 minutes. Nothing new there. I don't remember what the heck I was saying, but I'm just gonna go off of what I'm seeing right now. Oh, I remember. So there's a lot of green here. So it's taking me again to that heart space and really cultivating that love within yourself. And it's taking me again to the zodiac of Leo. And Leos have huge hearts, okay? Not just Leos, obviously there's other zodiac signs that do as well. But even thinking about lions in a pack and how loving they are towards each other, I am seeing that right now, okay? And I'm also hearing the message, okay, wait, there's too many things right now, so I'm going to start with this. There's also 4 pillars here, or 4 obelisks that we see, which again, it's taking me to that Emperor card. 44 could be significant. I'm also hearing 1144 for you guys, so that could be a number that you've been seeing, okay? And with this, I am getting the message that if you guys are witchy, if you're practitioners and you feel guided to, I would really encourage you guys to maybe craft a poppet or a spell jar that reinforces that unconditional love, so that you have kind of a talisman to guide you through moments of upheaval. And again, with this taking me to the Tower, I do feel like it's been very chaotic and shit's been stirring for you guys, but it has all been for your greatest good. And throughout this process, you keep discovering your authenticity and who you are at your core. And that's the most important thing ever, because when we know who we are and when we are vibrating off of an energy of authenticity, that's the highest vibration you can be in, and anything you want to manifest, you will be able to, okay? So keep going, guys. Keep working through whatever comes up. If you feel like you have moments where you absolutely can't and you need to bed rot or just not think about the world for a day or two, do it. Listen to your heart. And don't feel guilty about needing to rest, about feeling like you're taking 10 steps back, because it's completely normal and it's completely human, okay? As long as you don't give up. I think it doesn't really matter how many times we stray from the path, as long as we find our way back to it, and as long as we keep that intention and that vision within our spirit, okay? So that is all I have for you guys today. I really do hope that the messages resonated, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, because you absolutely deserve it. I'm sending you guys all of the love and all of the support while you navigate these energies, and I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hi friends, if you chose pile number 2 with the Fluorite Kitty and Fluorite, I don't know, we're moving on. If you chose this cat, and if you chose the Flower Child Oracle, welcome to your, tarot, oh my god, welcome to your reading. Okay, we're off to a good start. So I am going to be doing tarot first, and then we're going to be getting into your oracle cards at the end. And just to reiterate, these are messages from your inner child and what your inner child wants you to know the most right now. I think it's interesting because this deck has the sun on it. I'm almost wondering if the sun is meant to come out. And the sun outside right now is currently hiding, and it was sunny earlier. So I feel like that is a message. I feel like there's also a message here to trust your intuition and the hunches that you get. Okay, especially with this cat and the color of the cat, because it's taking me to the third eye. Alright, Spirit, what does, no, too many. What does pile number 2 need to hear most from their inner child? Okay, that was a lot of cards. I'm going to take like a lot. I'm gonna take the one that fell on top, which is the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so I don't even want to see the other ones. I didn't see what that was. So we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, that was so loud. I'm sorry. I feel like that's really loud. I can get 2 more. We have Justice. Okay. Oh, no, guys. Or actually, no, I'm not going to take those. There's like 4 that just flew out. But I'm not going to take those. We're just going to take 1 more, please, Spirit. Just 1 more. 2 of Cups. Okay. We have the 6 of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the 2 of Cups. The first message that I'm getting from this is that you guys have been transmuting a lot of energies within yourself, okay? And really getting to the bottom of your morals, your virtues, the things that are non-negotiable for you, okay? And one of those things, I believe, is how you kind of disperse your energy, right? So really calling your power back to you and trusting your intuition. So just to give an example, if you maybe feel like there's a connection in your life that is not reciprocal and you are the one that is giving most of the energy, it's learning to pull that energy back, calling it back to you, and honoring your intuition and that knowing that you hold within your spirit. So I am picking up on the zodiac signs of Leo and Libra. I'm also not sure because I'm hearing if you guys are a part of any kind of like legal battle. I just heard a divorce. I don't know if any of you guys are going through something like that, or maybe a separation, okay? But I do feel like luck is on your side and to not worry, because we are in the season of Pluto in Aquarius. So justice will be served and the truth will prevail, and you guys really need to hold that knowing within your spirit no matter what you're going through, okay? So that might not resonate for everybody, but I am picking up on something like that. But I do feel like the Six of Pentacles and the Justice cards here is really, again, deciphering where you should be putting your energy. And this is mental energy, emotional energy, physical energy as well. Like, if there are things that you are forcing yourself to do because you have to do it, this is kind of going within and asking yourself, what does my soul want me to be doing right now? What is really resonating for me? And what are the steps that my soul is guiding me through? This Two of Cups could be talking about connections within your life and really calling back your power from the situations that are draining you, okay, whether it be friendship, family relationships, or romantic partners. But I'm also feeling like this is that balance of masculine and feminine within yourself. So really getting to the bottom of what makes you happy, what you're okay with, what you're willing to accept, and what you're not willing to put up with in any shape or form. I'm also having a hard time speaking right now. So I feel like there might be something here about you guys needing to speak up for yourselves with certain boundaries, okay, because I'm getting that with the Justice card. And I keep stumbling over my words. So I do feel like there's a block here that needs to be addressed within you guys. And this could be the trusting yourself and trusting that you know what is right for you, okay? Not letting those beliefs, those limiting beliefs, kind of get in the way of your intuition. I'm also hearing to listen to your body's wisdom, okay? Because when we listen to our body's wisdom, our mind takes a back seat. And sometimes our mind is a trickster a lot of the time, and it can really throw us through loops, and then we don't really know what to do. The clouds start coming in and it's like, where the hell do I go from here? Pardon my French. But if we tap into our body's wisdom, if we notice that, for example, we're in a certain situation that we feel tense, our heart starts to tense up, like we feel anxiety, we need to trust that that is our body's wisdom telling us that something is not meant for us. Oh my goodness, I just knocked the camera stand. I'm so sorry. And this Justice card is really getting to the bottom of, again, like, what do I feel is the right thing for me to do in this moment? How do I want to live my life? How do I want to show up in relationships, right? How do I expect others to show up in relationships as well? I don't know if expect is the right word, but this is getting to the bottom of those standards, right? Because if we are accepting less than we deserve, then we can start to convince ourselves that that's the only thing that we're worth. It's taking me to the quote, oh my gosh, what is it? We accept the love we think that we deserve, okay? So this is really getting to the bottom of those morals within yourself and learning to trust yourself and creating that balance within yourself, within your own spirit and within your own life, so that you no longer accept crumbs from any other situation, connection, so on and so forth. This is really about doing that healing and learning to spread your own wings before you cater or tend to anybody else. So I feel like your inner child really wants you guys to focus on your own energy during this time, to focus on cultivating your own gifts, your own intuition, so that you know how to move throughout life and throughout certain situations, connections. I feel like you guys have a really big heart, and it's almost second nature for you guys to give love and to give appreciation to others. And sometimes if we don't know how to discern that, people can take advantage of our kindness, of our hearts. So I think that it's really important to, again, call your power back to you and give yourself that love, give yourself that appreciation, and really focus on tending to yourself and your emotions during this time. I also am getting the message that if you've been moving through a connection that hasn't been reciprocal and that you feel like you've been getting breadcrumbed, it is really important to focus on yourself. And even if you are resonating with the part of the message of a divorce or even a separation of any kind, it is really important to channel that energy into yourself and to focus on your heart. It also may be important to focus on the role that you played within that connection as well, right? Because a lot of the times the energies that we pull towards us are either a reflection of the love, the beauty that we hold within, or of the things that we are needing to heal within ourselves. So there's also a message there about kind of looking towards your patterns, maybe where you give too much of your energy, and learning how to kind of put that onto your own life. That was not English, but you guys know what I mean. And once you do that, and once you focus on bringing in that discernment, you will attract connections, relationships that are equal and that do not ask of you to pour your entire heart out, to give all of your energy, especially when they're not willing to do the same, you know? I think you guys have a lot of love to give. And again, there may be moments, or there may have been moments and times where you gave too much of that to other people because of how big of a heart you have. And it can take a lot, especially if we are dealing with like people-pleasing tendencies. It takes a lot to call that power back to us and to tell ourselves that we are worthy of the love, the attention that we give to others, and we are worthy of receiving that same amount of love and attention from ourselves. If you're not filling your own cup, you cannot be expected to fill any other cup, right? It's not possible, and all it's going to do is build resentment over time. So this is being really honest with yourself and tending to your inner child, inner teenager as well, to those parts of you that still kind of want to give all of that away before giving it to yourself. That's the main message that I'm getting here. And I know it's not depicted in this card, but in the Rider-Waite-Smith, there is that caduceus that kind of goes down, and it's taking me to Hermes as well, which Hermes is Mercury energy, and that rules the mind, and the mind can be a trickster. It can convince us that maybe we're not worthy of the love that we are giving to everybody else, and that is the farthest thing from the truth. You are deserving and worthy of all of the love in your heart and in the freaking world, okay? And I want you guys to affirm that to yourselves, because you are an incredible human being and you deserve the appreciation and the care that you put into others. So I think this is really learning how to trust your feelings and the inklings that you're getting. Like if your body is telling you, I cannot put any more energy into this situation, into this person, it's pulling that back and focusing on your own healing. If your intuition is telling you that I need to give more to this situation, or I need to invest more of myself in this endeavor, it's doing that. And it's really learning to trust your discernment. That is a big message that I'm hearing. Okay, so I am going to put the tarot cards in the upper right or left corner. That is not my right. And we're going to get into the oracle cards. Sorry if you can hear my stomach starting to growl. Oh, sorry, I thought my camera was dying and I was like, no, this is not happening. I'm not getting any more messages from those tarot cards. The main thing that I'm hearing is to trust your discernment and cultivate that discernment, okay? So I want to see how these oracle cards kind of go in with the message. So we have the Serene Swan, elegance, purity, and peacefulness. Regal goddess cloaked in white feathers, bestow on me the gifts of love and beauty. I love that so much. I am so sorry guys, my memory card ran out of space, but I actually got a message from that, and I was receiving messages while I was deleting the videos off of it to make room. So we do have the card birthing, okay, and I heard birthing a new state of consciousness within yourself, and I do feel like that's why I saw the sun in my mind's eye as soon as, like, or before I started the reading, sorry. So, and even with this swan, it's like becoming this new version of yourself. And so I am getting the message with the memory card running out of space that you may be running out of energy to give to others or other situations right now. And that is because that energy is meant to be focused on you, especially if you are in this process of birthing a new state of being, a new state of consciousness. It takes a lot out of us. So that energy needs to be directed within ourselves, and boundaries need to be set with people in our lives. And if the people in our lives cannot accept those boundaries, that is a them problem, and they need to transmute their own thing, okay? So don't take it too seriously. This is amazing! Magic eggs, beginning something is exciting, okay? So this is really, like, all of this is taking me to this new version of yourself, and this is really purple, okay? So, and this is the number 2 and 3, or 23, but the numbers 2 and 3 as well, which is taking me to that High Priestess and Empress energy, which is taking me to this, okay? And really trusting your intuition, birthing this new state of consciousness where your intuition is so much stronger than it was before, and it's going to keep getting stronger the more that you focus on it, right? And the more that you focus on cultivating your gifts. So if you feel that there's a situation, as I said before, that you cannot give energy to right now, or certain people that you cannot give that energy to, it's because that energy is meant to be focused on yourself, especially when you are becoming this new version of yourself. It is so, so important to direct that energy into our own experience. It is quite literally taking me to like a scenario where I'm seeing a family dynamic and the child needs help, and the parents stop what they're doing to help that child, right? Because that's the most important thing. So that's what's the most important right now, to focus that energy on yourself. And the way that I was kind of stumbling over my words before, I think you guys might have kind of a hard time setting those boundaries because of how big your heart is. But you really need to remind yourself in those circumstances that the people who love you, who truly love you, and that are meant to be in your life will not get upset on you setting boundaries for yourself. That's just, it's not a thing. And even if they do get triggered, it's probably something within their own inner child or inner teenager that they need to tend to. It has nothing to do with yourself, okay? So this is really about mothering yourself and focusing in on those aspects of yourself that are calling for your attention, especially if you have something that you're trying to manifest, something that's really big for your life. You will need to direct your energy fully into that manifestation, right? Which you can't do if your energy is leaking into all of these different situations and different people. I think your inner child really wants you to focus on yourself during this time, okay? And on what you are creating, on the version of yourself that you're becoming. And setting boundaries, right? That's really important. There is nothing wrong with taking time out to care for yourself, to tend to your spirit. So I think I am going to leave the messages there for today. That's all I'm getting from this. It just feels like it's the same messages coming through, so I'm not going to push it. I really do hope that it resonated with you guys. I hope that you were able to find clarity. I am sending you guys all of the love and support while you navigate these energies, and I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Bye! Hey guys, if you chose pile number 3 with the, I don't know what crystal this is, but with the Cobra and the Wandering Star Tarot, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, I think so. Either way, it'll be in the description box down below. But welcome to your reading. So a few things before I get into the tarot. I am kind of feeling like a mourning kind of energy. So I'm not sure if you guys are mourning the loss of a loved one, or if this is mourning a past version of yourselves, okay? But I am picking up on that because I did also picture the snake shedding its skin, okay? So this could be mourning an old version of yourself or an actual person from your life. I also did hear the number 333 prior to starting, so that could be significant for you, okay? We are going to start with tarot, and then we're going to get into your oracle cards afterwards. So I'm just going to give these a quick shuffle, and we'll get into the reading. And again, this is going to be messages from your inner child and what your inner child wants you to know the most right now. pile number 3 need to hear the most from their inner child. That's so interesting. I didn't knock in the other piles. Okay, so we have the Magician that came out. Can I get 2 more? Thank you. We have the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. Okay, so 2 majors and 1 court card. I am being taken specifically to this Queen of Cups right now, okay? And I am feeling like this is pertaining to this snake shedding its skin, okay? I feel like you guys could have come into this version of yourselves where you are being called to really trust your gifts, trust your ability to transmute, and your ability to lead. I am hearing that, okay? With the Magician and the Hierophant here, and the Queen of Cups, this is such an intuitive energy, and I am feeling like you guys are meant to share your gifts with others and share the knowledge that you have learned with others. I feel like you guys could have been going through a period where you are really being tested to see if you have faith in yourself and your ability to transmute, because this Magician is that primordial power, that ability to transmute our thoughts, our intuitions into, or not transmute, I don't know if that's the right word, but to manifest or make manifest our dreams, our thoughts, our visions into this reality. And it's pulling energy from the cosmos and bringing it down into the earth plane so that you can build the life of your dreams and the person of your dreams that you wish to be. I feel like these messages are coming through because your inner child really wants to remind you of the power that you hold within. You guys could have been doubting yourselves and feeling like maybe your dreams are too big or like you can't accomplish certain things, but I feel like they're coming in strong to tell you that everything that you envision for yourself, if it's in your heart, it's meant to be in your life. And there might be a need to transmute that energy of unworthiness, of feeling like you are not good enough to be in this position, so to speak. It's transmuting that and mourning that version of yourself that doesn't believe in yourself the way that your inner child does, okay? Throughout our life, we go through many experiences. We pick up a lot of patterns, programs, trauma, and they really affect our ability to trust ourselves. They affect our ability to dream big, especially if maybe when you were a child, those dreams were kind of, I don't know if shut down is the right word, but dismissed, okay? If those dreams were dismissed and if you were made to feel in any way, maybe by a parent or by a teacher or by anything, by anybody that's in a kind of like more powerful position than you, so again, like a mentor or a teacher or something like that, if anybody in your past made you feel like you were not worthy of achieving your dreams, that kind of sticks with you, right? Or even if it's just one sentence or one word or something that they kind of remark about you, and you really take that to heart, that can really affect the way that you see yourself and the way that you see your abilities. You might even be doubting your ability to receive downloads, okay? And I feel like your inner child really wants you to find that power within yourself because it has always been there. And I think your guides and your guardian angels are right beside you, trying to encourage you to kind of lay to rest that version of yourself that doesn't have that belief, okay? This could be a complex that you've cultivated as a result of some kind of trauma, and again, you are being asked to really dissect that and dismantle it so that you can call back your power and realize that you have always had this manifesting ability within you and you are worthy of everything that you want to call in. I think it's so interesting because in the Hierophant, in the Rider-Waite-Smith version, we see the two, oh my gosh, I don't remember the technical name for it, but we see the two, I think, monks at the bottom, okay? And in this card, he is on his own. So I think before you are able to share that wisdom with others, and before you are able to share of your teachings, you really need to come into this power on your own and really prove to yourself that you are capable of teaching, of sharing your wisdom, okay? I am feeling doubt here. I'm feeling a lot of doubt. And I feel like, of course, everything that you're feeling is completely justified. But there's also a need here to remind yourself that those other people's projections onto you of you not being able to maybe achieve what you want to achieve or to manifest what you want to manifest, those are all projections of their own shadow, of their own traumas. And a lot of the times, people do project that onto us, okay? And it actually has nothing to do with us and everything to do with them and the way that, or hold on, how do I want to word this? If they think that they are not capable of achieving something so great within their life, they will see that spark in somebody else and try to tear them down, try to dim that light, because it ruffles so many feathers within themselves that they have kind of dimmed their own light, and they want to make other people feel that way too. And it's not right, it's not okay, but it's human nature. And I think that the sooner you realize that, the easier it will be to call back that power. I'm hearing connected to the mysteries, okay? So I feel like you guys could be really into the occult, really into spirituality, but there is that part of you that almost doubts whether or not you are worthy or capable of becoming this force. And I really don't think that's true. I think that you've always had it within yourselves. You've always been intuitive. You've always had these gifts. But maybe because of other people's projections, or even the projections of your own complexes due to certain trauma, you couldn't see that light within yourself. Or maybe you did, but you just didn't have enough faith in it. I think you've been spending a lot of time cultivating that confidence and that courage within yourselves. And you are at a kind of crossroads right now of, I'm hearing rite of passage. Okay, so if you guys feel guided to perform some kind of ceremony to kind of commemorate this new version of yourselves, I would really do so, okay? And to really say goodbye to that old version of yourself, or to old limiting beliefs, old thoughts that you carry with you that are no longer serving you or the person that you wish to become. You know, if you don't trust your own wisdom, and I've been through this myself, I went through a very profound period where I felt like I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't trust myself, and I had to take a lot of time to cultivate that belief and that trust within myself that I do hold this knowledge and that I am able to share it with others. And you need to be willing to do that before you can guide others, because I am sure if you guys were to go to, a mentor or a teacher and they seem like they're kind of iffy in their teachings, you might not listen to what they have to say, because there's something within you that's like, okay, well, if this person doesn't trust what they're talking about or think that they really know what they're talking about, why should I listen? It's so important to trust ourselves and that inner voice before we share it with others. And I think that's such an important part of the journey. There's nothing wrong with taking that time out and cultivating that strength within ourselves. It's actually extremely important, and it's not something that you can just bypass. And I do feel like this is something you guys have been working on profoundly. And I feel like your inner child is just here to reiterate that you have always had this power within you. You have the gift of sight, okay? I'm hearing clairvoyance and claircognizance as well. So you guys just know things. You feel things, and most of the time, they're right. And I'm getting full body chills right now, so that's a confirmation, okay? You guys have angels around you. You have ancestors that surround you all the time. You have these beings that are giving you these inklings, and your higher self is so powerful. You need to trust that. I think that the next chapter of your life is going to be so profound. And that's because you've been taking the time to pour into yourself right now, to pour into your gifts, to spice up your knowledge. Okay, you guys could have been researching a lot. You could have been really honing in on your craft and on learning new things, or on expanding on the things that you already have knowledge on. And it's only going to propel you even farther down your path. any time spent studying or learning new things is never time wasted, okay? So if there's that part of you, the 3D self, that's like, oh my god, like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not getting as far as I want to go, that is just that trickster in your mind that's trying to mess with you, and it's not the truth, because everything happens in divine timing. And I know that you guys know that, okay? So again, the biggest message here is trust yourself, trust your wisdom, and trust how far you've come. The upheaval that you've been through, the lessons that you've had to grow through, they have not been for nothing. And all of those things, all of those lessons, all of that pain turned you into the person that you are today. And for that, I feel like you guys are extremely grateful, okay? And other people down the line are going to be extremely grateful for you sharing of your wisdom. Sometimes it can feel like absolute shit going through certain things, but the silver lining is always that if we ever meet another person that has gone through something similar or is going through something similar to what we've been through, we can offer them support, even guidance if we're being called to, okay? Because we've been through those things. Even periods of doubt, right? If you're going through a period of doubt, really learning to trust yourself, that's a journey in and of itself, okay? And if you meet people down the line, if you are wanting to teach people to guide others down their journeys, it's such an important attribute to have gone through something like that and to know how to transmute that worry, that pain, that self-doubt into power. And I am noticing here, because the Queen of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith version is a woman on there, so it is that feminine energy of receptivity, and the Magician is usually that masculine energy, but here we have another woman, okay? So I feel like this is trusting in your ability to receive these insights, okay? And really grounding those into your reality, into your body, into your knowing. And having the Hierophant here as this masculine figure, and even having the beard being this old wise man, right? You can then take that action to share that wisdom with others, to be that leader for others, once you become that leader for yourself. That's the most important thing. Okay, so the main message that I'm getting for you guys is that you are in a period that might feel like a period of limbo, but everything is for your highest good, and everything that's happening right now is to get you to trust your intuition and the downloads that you receive. I think your inner child has always had this belief in you, but as I said before, through different experiences, circumstances, and traumas, we form these complexes that don't exactly believe in us, and that have minds of their own, and that have their own things to say, their own feelings, but that might not really resonate with the person that you wish to become. Okay, so it's all about deconstructing and getting to the truth of who you are so that you can share that truth with others. I feel like that is something that you're really wanting to do, okay? It's coming through pretty strongly in this reading. So I'm going to put these cards up here, and I want to get into your oracle cards to see how they correspond. I'm excited. I haven't looked at them yet. So we have the Grounded Goat, persistence, discipline, and stability. So this is taking me to that Emperor card, okay? Sure-footed mountain dweller, bless me with your balance and grace. Okay, that's beautiful. Also, I want to say, because I completely forgot to mention this at the beginning, but when I was shuffling and picking your oracle cards for this pile, I accidentally said, what messages do pile number 1 need to hear? So if you guys were feeling guided to watch pile number 1, or if you were getting the inkling to choose either pile number 1 or 3, I do want to note, because with this goat here, I know it's not exactly the same as a ram, but pile number 1 had a ram come through, so there might be messages for you in there. Also, if you didn't get that inkling, don't take this as a sign to go watch pile number 1, okay? But just thought I would put that out there. So, I don't know if I read this, but it says, sure-footed mountain dweller, bless me with your balance and grace. And I am literally being taken to a mountain right now, okay? And I am actually seeing a card from the Kim Kron's archetype deck with the mountain, and there is a cave carved out in the mountain, and you can see a figure standing in there, okay? So this is going into your innermost caves, the caverns of your soul, in order to deconstruct and dismantle things that are stopping you from climbing that mountain. So we have Emperor energy here. I'm being taken to that. I cannot unsee that. We have I relate in peace. Okay, and we have two hands here kind of doing that. Okay, so you guys could also have abilities, like energetic abilities with your hands. So Reiki could be significant. Okay, we have confidence. There it is. This is really building up that confidence to be sure in your gifts and in yourself. So this is a confirmation for those cards. And we have Shield of Crystals. Oh my god, this is so cute. Guys, I'm obsessed with this deck. My partner got it for me, and I actually freaking can't. Like, it's so cute. So it says, I am loved and protected. Okay. And this is also a confirmation. We have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. This is number 25. So that's what it's taking me to. Okay. And I'm also, okay, there's so many things coming through with this card. So first and foremost, I'm seeing a squirrel, like basically gathering their nuts before winter, okay? And 11:22 or 22:11 on the timer when I said that. So that number could be significant. But squirrels gather all of their resources before winter. And with that, I'm getting the message that it's important to gather all of our strength, to gather all of our confidence before you go to share it with the world, okay? So that's a really big message that I'm getting. And with the I am loved and protected, this is just reaffirming that you have guides, ancestors, and guardian angels that are heavily supporting you throughout this work. And again, if you feel called to go after a certain dream, if it's in your spirit, it is meant to be in your life. That's an affirmation for you guys. If it's in my spirit, it's meant to be in my life. And with the High Priestess and the Hierophant, these are kind of mirrors of each other, but with that feminine, primordial, intuitive energy, and grounding that energy into our 3D reality through wisdom, through knowledge, through the lessons that we've been through with the Hierophant, okay? And really allowing your ego to surrender to the higher self, allowing those complexes to surrender to the higher self and to your higher knowing. I am noticing here too, because it looks like these hands have rings on the middle finger and on the ring finger. So I know the middle finger is Saturn. Okay, so there could be something significant about the planet Saturn here, and Saturn does talk about those karmic lessons, but I do want to see what, I want to see what the ring finger, it's 11:22 on my timer, because I have a timer to go off for my, what is it called? I have these capsules that I'm taking right now, and that number just came up, so that's twice now. 11:22 could be really significant for you guys. I would look into the angel number. What was I going to do? Oh right, I was going to check the middle finger, or no, the ring finger. So that's the sun, okay. No. Okay, hold on. Okay, so there are two different things coming up here. Okay, so AI is telling me that it's associated with the sun, but then this chart is saying that it's associated with Venus. Alright, so I'm not really sure which one it is. I was feeling like it was Venus before I went to go check, so there could be something here with Venus and Saturn. So I would check to see those planets in your birth chart and how they might correspond to this. I'm not an astrology girly, I just know the basics, so I would do your own research on that, but that's coming through as well. I'm hearing that you guys could feel people's emotions, okay, and feel their energy. So this could be one of the gifts that you guys are being encouraged to expand on, and it could be a part of your purpose, okay? I'm also hearing, because with Shield of Crystals here, there could be a message here to put an intention with, or hold on, put an intention or transmit an intention into one of your favorite crystals and kind of use that as a talisman to guide you through this work. Alright, I was just staring at these cards to see if any other messages wanted to come through, but there is nothing else. I do feel like those are all the messages that I have for you guys today. That's all that wanted to come through, and I'm not going to push it. So I hope it resonated with you guys. I hope that it was able to bring you clarity in some way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye!